In addition to the value and learning gained going through the mapping process with your team, the map itself also serves as a form of visualization to create a shared understanding for the team. So often today, we create everything using a software package and share it electronically in some form or another. Yet go to any Toyota manufacturing plant and you'll see paper Kanban circulating throughout the factory, PDCA cycle records that document experiment towards a particular goal, paper flip charts used for problem solving, and paper charts and graphs being updated by hand using paper and pencil as teams gather new data. Why? Because people are visual creatures. We need to be able to easily see, immediately, whether we are meeting a goal or standard or whether there is a deviation. This is how we create consensus and shared understanding through visualization. We've all heard the phrase, "a picture is worth 1,000 words," but consider how our brain actually stores that information. An average person can retain 10% of what they hear when tested 3 days later. However, when that same information is shown visually, they retain up to 65%. This is coming from data from a 2008 study referenced in the book Brain Rules by John Medina. And consider this, 90% of the information transmitted to the brain is visual. Not only that, but visuals are processed 60,000 times faster in the brain than text. As research continues to point toward the power of good visuals, data visualization is both a technical skill and a communication method, has been forming into a discipline of its own, with degree programs focused on data visualization and design and data science programs requiring a series of courses on data visualization. This is, and has been for some time, aligned with the visual workplace philosophy of Toyota. We can see these gaps by comparing our current versus future state maps, our current versus target conditions on kata boards, our planned versus actual capacity, how well we're working toward takt time on operator balance charts, and problem solving in strategic plans outlined from start to finish on one side of an A3 sheet of paper. As Toyota Way author Jeff Liker explains, rather than fight our natural human tendencies, Toyota has chosen to build on them. Like anything else, Toyota did not figure this out by reading books, but through experience and reflection. Toyota has made an art form out of visual management. Walk through any part of Toyota, and visual management is glaring everywhere. Color-coded safe walking areas, standardized worksheets posted, and-on lights blinking green, yellow, or red, shadow boards showing if tools are in place, and Kanban that indicate when to replenish supplies. And we see this a lot in what is referred to as the obeya. In Japanese, obeya means large room, which is also often translated to war room because of how it's used. The obeya is a physical space where visual management is used to align operational team members and leadership in their efforts to translate strategy and problem solving into meaningful day-to-day conversations and decisions that lead to results. Toyota started using obeya during the development of the Prius in the 90s, which turned out to have a tremendous impact on team performance and the ability to quickly digest critical information, to run experiments and make decisions that were key to the team's progress. As Liker notes, the Toyota Way recognizes that visual management complements humans because we're visually, tactily, and audibly oriented. And the best visual indicators are right at the work site, where they can jump out at you and clearly indicate by sight, sound, and feel the standard and whether or not there was a deviation from that standard. A well-developed visual control system increases productivity, reduces defects and mistakes, helps you to meet deadlines, facilitates communication, improves safety, lowers cost, and generally gives the workers more control over their environment. So how do we rationalize that approach with increasing trends to use data visualization on electronic dashboards that are accessed electronically? This is not an either-or scenario. The key is to use visual controls that support people in decision-making and problem-solving. If you can create dashboards that do this in a meaningful way and find methods and approaches to help people collaborate and think creatively about challenges, go for it. Like anything else, approach it with balance and remember to approach your visualization like an experiment. Does your approach help foster shared understanding, decision-making, and problem-solving? How can you measure that? How can you get feedback from those that are intended to consume the information on what's working and what can be improved? As always, this is something that we should continue to refine and improve with an understanding and appreciation for humans being inherently visual creatures. Leverage that to drive consensus building through visualization.